Alrighty, this one comes from Maylene in our XL chat room. She wants to know, what do you ever think about what would happen if you didn't put that video on YouTube, where your life would be now?
I'd probably be in school. I'd definitely be in school. Still in Edmond. Probably on a bus right now going home.
Just going to class for
I'd be because I always went into like the very back of the bus, and then I'd always turn my iPod on, and a couple of times I fell asleep, and they had to like wake me up, and I was like, oh, what neighborhood? Oh, dang it, I have to walk home. And so I was one of those types of kids where I like turned my iPod on, and I was just dead at the end of the bus. I was like, get away, I want to sleep.
This one comes from Twitter. It's from @JanaJonas, who wants to know, if you could record a song with any person, any celebrity, who would you want to do your duet with? Who's on your dream wish list?
Ooh. Dead or alive?
Either one. Well, let's do both.
Ooh, okay. John Lennon for dead.
Of course.
Okay, alive, Gaga.
Oh, now have you ever talked with her about doing anything yet? Is that a secret that we can't know about?
It's a secret.
Is it something you want to share right here?
So sealed.
Alrighty, this one comes from Michaela, and she wants to know, do you have a celeb crush?
I'm really into Diana Agron from Glee.
Glee. Big fans of Glee. We talk about that a lot.
I love Glee.
Alrighty, since you've been kind of like an old soul, you like Journey, you like the Beatles. Here's a question from Thomas. Can you play any Billy Joel music? Do you play any of Billy Joel's piano stuff?
Billy Joel. I love Billy Joel though, but I'm not really playing any of it yet. I gotta learn though.
Alrighty, now this is along the girlfriend line again. They want to know what you look for. This is from Laura specifically, and she wants to know what you look for in a lady.
Ooh, what do I look for in a lady? Somebody who's not fake, somebody who tells the truth, and somebody who loves music.
Alrighty, we're gonna have a few more minutes of questions here. Audience, again, we're gonna open it back up to you guys in a few minutes. So if you think of any questions that we haven't gotten to that you're dying to know, be sure to get all those questions ready. Alrighty, here's another question for you. Do you have any regrets about being famous, about putting your stuff out there, about being so young and stepping in to the spotlight? That is from Jasmine in our XL chat room.
No regrets. No regrets at all. I'm going on tour right now. I'm performing every night, and this is what I've always wanted to do, and so no regrets.
And what's your favorite thing about being on tour? Is it the performing? Is it hanging out in the tour bus? Is it meeting the people?
It's probably just going out every night and on a different stage, a new crowd, and it's just, you kind of have that freedom to, it's that freedom to like kind of breathe. You can really just get into the crowd and feed off their energy. It's a very fun, and it's very rewarding touring.
Yeah, I heard that you do meet and greets, actually, with everybody.
I do meet and greets after every show, yes.
Yeah, so tonight, if you happen to be at the show at Hard Rock Live, be sure to stick around.
Is anybody coming to the show tonight?
Yeah, anybody coming?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a few people coming. Awesome, yeah, so after his performance, go ahead, stick around. You get a chance to meet him, go out there. Now, this is a question for you. What is the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you?
Ooh. There's lots of embarrassing things that have happened to me. I'm going to have to think for a second.
Have any of them happened to you on stage?
I almost tripped on stage, actually, the very second show because, they have the lights. And so on stage, our setup is we have these little wedges right here, and we have them at the very end of the stage. You have 1, 2, and 3. You have 3 wedges. And so I'm walking, and this is literally what I'm doing. So I'm going, and I can't see because the lights are on me. And then and I tripped twice because I couldn't see anything. So I was like, I just tripped. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I just tripped. And so it was just pretty funny. I thought it was memorable.
Did you see Lady Gaga then, or not Lady Gaga? Did you see Christina Aguilera then at the Grammys when she almost took that little tumble?
I haven't seen that video.
Yeah, they were doing a tribute, and she was on stage and just did a little tumble.
Oh gosh.
Here's a question from Natasha. She wants to know what emotions you were feeling when you wrote your song, Waiting Outside the Lines.
Well, Waiting Outside the Lines is a very, it's a free song. It's about, getting over something that's really haunting you. It's about getting over bad memories and stuff that's just very, it's very hard for you to handle. And so the whole lyric, you'll never enjoy your life living inside the box. You're so afraid of taking chances. How are you going to reach the top? It's like it's saying, you can't be afraid. You just have to get through it. It's a big anthem to me, and it's very emotional. It's very dramatic, but it's a very positive message.
Where do you find most of your inspiration? Through your own life experiences? You're so young.
Well, the record, actually, the album, is really about heartbreak. It's about, going through this relationship and, you're so happy, you're in love, she breaks your heart, you hate her, you still love her, and then the end kind of turns into like a kind of dark and very dramatic heartbreak story. So the record is very true and very personal.
Alrighty. Here is one. Do you miss your friends back home? This is from JD on Twitter.
I do miss my friends back home. And, sometimes it gets hard being on tour and traveling everywhere. But this is what I love, so I have to make some sacrifices.
Okay, and this one comes from Megan in our XL chat room. What is the craziest thing a fan has ever done to you or for you or given you?
Oh, craziest thing a fan has ever. Well, there were these two girls, and I was in New York. I was in Long Island, and they came all the way from Massachusetts, which is like a 5-hour drive, and they didn't have tickets. And they came to give me, because it was Valentine's Day, they came to give me a glass rose. I just thought that was the coolest and most just like extreme thing to drive 5 hours. They don't even have tickets to the show, but they just wanted to give me a glass rose. And this was pretty cool. Like, it was a big glass type rose thing, but it was so cool. I was like, you drove all the way just to give me this, and they didn't even have tickets, but that was really special to me.
Very nice. Alrighty, this one comes from Lisa. She wants to know, what's your favorite subject at school?
Oh no. I like math a lot. I like numbers, so
A numbers guy.
That's probably one of my favorites.
I am
not
a
saying I'm
numbers
good
girl.
at it, but.
And this will be the last one that we take from the XL chat here. What do you think that you're going to be doing in the future? Do you ever want to get into acting or do any side things?
No acting. I think I'm going to stay with music, but, hopefully I'll be on tour and in the studio always and making another record after another record after another record.
Okay, and one more before we start going back in the room here. Did you win your talent show for the cover of Paparazzi?
They don't have winners.
Oh, so you can't even win anything like that?
I can't win, but I don't know. We'd have to see.
Oh, you should have. Well, does anybody else in the room want to ask some questions? Oh, here we go. All righty, and what did you want to ask?
Would you ever date someone that's not famous?
Of course I would.
Good
I don't want to
question.
date anybody famous. It kind of takes away from it.
Anybody else have any questions in here? All righty, what is your question?
Do you have a favorite movie?
Okay, the parents back here might know this, but my dad, I went to him one day and I said, Dad, I really want to watch some mafia movies. I really want to watch like The Godfather and all that stuff. And because I was like, I always see Tanner, who's my older brother, watching him. He seemed really cool. And he was like, okay, don't tell your mom. I'll show you one called Goodfellas. Do you guys know Goodfellas? Yeah, there we go. You know Goodfellas? Oh, yeah. Very, very intense movie, but I love it. With Joe Pesci and...
It's a good one.
Pesci, I can never pronounce it.
You've got another movie? Or another question? You guys like the same movies and video games? Here you go.
Yeah. Do you play any other instruments?
I don't play any... Well, hold on one second. I can play... Let's see if I go over...
Oh, you can do different instruments on there?
I'm also a techno master.
All righty. It looks like we don't have any more questions in here. Well, I've got just a couple for you. How was it then being on Jimmy Fallon? You just spent your Valentine's Day at Jimmy Fallon on national TV. What's that like for you?
It was actually really, really fun, and the show is hilarious, too. It was so much fun. Jimmy's a really nice guy. The Roots who play on his show, they were so incredible, really nice. I had a blast on that show.
I heard Questlove really took a liking to you. He's been saying all in media since then that he's all behind you and thinks you're super talented.
Well, wait, I went into the little hair studio to get, everything done, and Questlove was next to me. So I said, well, nice to meet you, man. Congratulations on your Grammy. And he goes, oh, yeah, well, thank you. And then he gets this massive amount of hair gel and just so so he was like, "You've seen me do my hair, so now we have to be declared friends." And so I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, you get to do a lot of cool things and see a lot of behind the scenes type stuff. So what's been, since you've stepped into the limelight, I mean, it's only been about a year here. We're coming up on April again since you've put out your video. What's been like the best part of all this for you, or who's been the favorite person that you've met? What experience did you share that you liked the best?
I think, the best part is probably just, making something, making a song and making a record that, making it and that it touches people and that, that it hits people. It's very, sometimes you have a lot of rough patches through all this. You have a lot of things, you have, a lot of people to please, but, when you, at the end of the day, when you make the music that, hits somebody, that's the goal. And it's a very incredible feeling.
Oh, we have one more question
One more
right
question?
up front here. Okay. Well, what's your name? Can you say your name?
Tanner.
And what is Tanner's question?
Do you get compared to Justin Bieber a lot, and how does that make you feel?
I do get compared to Justin a lot, and it's a very big compliment because Justin's the biggest pop icon right now. But my music is more of like a pop rock. Do you know who One Republic is?
If they heard the song, they would.
Oh yeah, so One Republic. That's kind of more like my music.
Yeah, One Republic, they write a lot of songs too for like Kelly Clarkson and Beyonce. Ryan Tedder does.
Tedder, yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you for your question. Now, you are so young, you're so talented, you've got a huge career in front of you. Where do you picture yourself in the next 5-10 years? What do you want to be doing as an artist?
Hopefully, putting out another record and going on another tour.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
For
I'm
being
excited
here.
to be
We've
here.
loved having you. You're super talented. We're going to keep following your career. And of course, tonight you can check him out, Hard Rock Live, 7 p.m. Miranda Cosgrove will be there. And be sure to stick around. He's going to be doing a meet and greet afterwards. You can follow him on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Greyson Chance. So make sure you find him. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you guys so much for coming.